Now, third, degeneracy of unbalanced TP. So here also that type of problem may occur, that degeneracy at intermediate stage. So let's see the problem. Suppose we have the destinations X, Y and Z supply. Here the origins A, B, C and D, and here the demand. Okay, here 7, 3, 8, 5, 4, 6, 6, 10, 5, 8, 4, 7, 8, 4, 3 and 3. Here 5, 8, 10. Now look at here, what is this sum? 15 and this is 10, again 25. So here 25. Here 15 and 8, so how much is this? 23. So two demand is less here, so we need to add dummy destination here. Fine. Summation supply is greater than summation demand, that is 25 is greater than 23. Therefore we need to add a dummy destination here, dummy destination with requirement and the transportation cost are 0. Transportation cost are what? 0. Okay. As or to make it balanced. First, to make it balanced, as what can say here, it is unbalanced transportation problem, unbalanced TP. You can say it as such here. So let it make balanced and side by side apply IBFS for VAM for finding IBFS. Also apply VAM to find IBFS. So let's do it here. Therefore, let me prepare a table first. Here supply, here it is 7, 3, 8, the supply is 5, here 4, 6, 6, here supply is 10, here 5, 8, 4, here it is 7, here 8, 4, 3, here it is 3, here 5, 8, 10, here at the demand. A, B, C and D is the destination here. This is demand. This is supply. Okay. Here it is X, Y, Z and this is dummy. This is a dummy destination and we have to take the cost of them as what? 0. And the requirement is 2, so it will become 25. This will become balanced. So now let's find out row penalty and column penalty. So here the column penalty is 1, here it is 1 again, here it is again 1, here 0, here it will be 3, here it is 4, here again 4, here again 3. So now here 4 is the highest, so let's do the allocation here. Now minimum cost is 0 here, so minimum of 2 and 0 is 2. So here this column is get satisfied. Here how much left? 8 are left. Fine. So now here out of the penalties 4 is maximum. Again column is get satisfied, so row penalties are changed again. So here the row penalty is again 4. It will be 4. It's the difference between 3 and 7, 4. Here it will be 2. Here it is 1. Okay. And what about this? Here it will be 1. So maximum penalty or the highest penalty is again 4. So with minimum cost, now this column is satisfied. So here the minimum cost is 3 in this row. So our allocation will be minimum of this 5 and 8, so it will be 5 here. So this is get satisfied. Here 3 are left. So now this row is get satisfied, so column penalties will change. So here the column penalty is 1 again, here it will be 2, here it is 1 again. Here no need to determine because this column is get satisfied. So out of 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 1. So these 2 are the maximum among these. So now let me choose this 2. We have a choice for that. So let me choose this 2. And now here this in between these cells the minimum cost is at 4. So the allocation is minimum of these one. So it will be 3 here. Let me do. So this column and this row is get satisfied. Fine. So now these are get satisfied. Now as this row as well as column get satisfied, so now remaining cells or our row penalty as well as column penalties will change. So now row here this column and this column we won't consider, simply these 3 rows and these 2 columns we have to consider. So out of these 2 columns the column penalty is 1, again here the column penalty is 1. What about the row penalty? Here it is 2, here it is 1 and here it will be 5. So our next allocation is here, but this row is get satisfied, so this penalty is no need to determine. So our allocation will be in this row. So here 4 is the minimum cost, so minimum of 5 and 8 will be 5. So our allocation is here. How much left here? 3 are left again. Okay. So now this column is satisfied again. So only these 3 cells are left. So here the allocation is 3, here the allocation is 7 and here no need. So simply look at here, this 5 is satisfied, here this 10 is satisfied. here this 7 is satisfied, 3 satisfied, 5, then 8, here 10, again this 10 is satisfied, and this 2 is also satisfied. So all the constraints are get satisfied. So this is a feasible solution. So how many allocations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But their number of rows are 4, number of columns are 4. So 4 plus 4, 8 minus 1 will be 7. So this is not a basic feasible. Again degeneracy occurs. So what can we say here? Total number of allocations, total number of allocations, total number of allocations are what? 6. That is not equal to m plus n minus 1. That is 4 plus 4 minus 1. And that is what? It will be 7. Therefore, the solution, what can we say? This is, it is degenerate. It is degenerate solution. It is degenerate solution. Therefore, take an allocation, take an allocation with a smallest value epsilon at cell, let's take it at cell 4 4, suppose at cell 4 4. We can take at these 3 cells here because the least cost is 0 here. So let me take it here epsilon. Okay, therefore it is non-degenerate, hence we can apply test of optimality. Hence we can apply the test of optimality. Therefore, now let me prepare a table here. Let's do that. Let's apply the test of optimality for this. Let's do the allocations wherever are they. So here it is 5, here 5, here 3, here 2, here 7, here 3, and here we had taken epsilon. So now let's find ui and vj. And delta ij. Using them, let's check the optimality. So now let me take u2 0. So u2 0, so v4 is also 0. u2 0, so v3 is 6 and v1 is 4. Okay, so v4 0, so u4 0, u4 0, so v2 4, v2 4, so u1 will be minus 1 and this is 6, so it will be minus 2. You can check them on your own. Now let's find this delta ij. This is 3 minus 7, so minus 4. What about this? Here it will be This is 5 minus 8, so minus 3. Here it is. This is minus 1 minus 0, so minus 1 as it is. Here this is 4 minus 6, so minus 2. Okay. This is 2 minus 5, so minus 3. Here it is 2 minus 8, so minus 6. Here it is minus 2. Here it will be 4 minus 8, so minus 4. What about this? This is 6 minus 3 will be 3. So here we get a positive delta ij. So this is not an optimal solution. Remember this is not an optimal solution. So let's go further. Here, from here we need to take a loop. So from here we will start a loop. Okay, so let me take it here, and then here. I won't consider this allocation. Here, look at here, there will be no way to come again here. So it's better to take it here, a small loop, but it makes the whole. So from this and this direction. So here I can do this direction. We can take any direction here, it doesn't matter. So here plus theta, here it will be minus theta, plus theta and minus theta. So we have to subtract the minimum of minus theta from the minus theta cell, and we will add that one in plus theta cell. That is the rule here. Okay, so now, so what can I say here? As delta 4 3 is greater than 0 implies there is no optimal solution, or it is not optimal solution. There is no means the current solution is not optimal solution. This is about the current solution. Current solution is not optimal. Therefore, identify the loop from delta 4 3 cell. Okay, therefore new allocation is what? Minimum of minus theta, that is 3, and that is minimum of 3 and epsilon, so it will be epsilon. So add new allocation at plus theta position and subtract from minus theta position. Therefore again let's prepare a new table. So the new table will be, suppose it will be, let me prepare a table, then we will determine ui vj delta ij. For checking optimality. So the allocations are previous allocations. Let me do as it is. This is, here it is, this 7, as it is. This 5 I have done, so there will be no allocation in that row. So this 7 as it is. Here again 5, here it will be 3. Here now let's do the changes at this loop position. So plus theta is here. So here we have to do an allocation epsilon. We will add that epsilon here. Here I have to add it. So it will become 2 plus epsilon. Fine. Here I have to subtract. So 3 minus epsilon I will do. Here there will be no allocation now. It will be unoccupied now. So now let's find out ui vj and let's check the is it optimal or not. So now it will be u1, u2, u3, u4, v1, v2, v3, v4. So now let me take u2 0 again. u2 0, so v4 0, v4 0, sorry u2 0, so it will be 6, it will be 4 as it is now, just like previous one. Now this is 6, here it is 4, so 6 will be 6, so it will be minus 3. This is minus 3, so here it is 7. Fine. And this is 7, so this is what? Minus 4. Okay. Now let's find delta ij. So what about this? 0, so it is minus 7. This is 2, so minus 2 minus 8 will be minus 6. Here it is minus 4 as it is. Here it is. So again 1 we got here, positive. Again what about this? This is 2 minus 5, so minus 3. Again this is 5 minus 8, so minus 3. What about this? This is minus 2. This one is 1 minus 8, so minus 7. And this is minus 3. Again here we get a positive. So there will be a next, again a new table, improved table. So again since what does that? Delta 2 2 is positive, implies current solution is not optimal. Current solution is not optimal. Therefore identify the loop from delta 2 2 cell. So let's identify the loop. So from here we have to take a loop. So what can we do? If we go here, there will be no allocation here, so here we can go. So we can take a loop here. So let's take a loop here. So it will be plus theta, this is minus theta, this is again plus theta, minus theta. So what is at minus theta position? It will be new allocation. Our new allocation is minimum of minus theta. So that is minimum of 3 and 3 minus epsilon. So it will be 3 minus epsilon. So we add that new allocation, at plus theta position and subtract it from minus theta position. So here there will be a loop. Okay, so now our new table, let me prepare a new table. So our new table, let me write the cost 7, 3, here 8, here 0, 4, 6, 0, here it is 5, 8, 4, 0, 8, 4, 3, 0. Let me do the allocation. Here it is 5, here again 5, here 7, here 2 plus epsilon, I will write it as it is, and the other allocations are from loop. So we will add this 3 minus epsilon, at plus theta position. So plus theta is here, so 3 minus epsilon I will write here, and if I add 3 minus epsilon in this, then I will got 3 here. Okay, here we have to subtract 3 minus epsilon, so it will become epsilon, and here we have to subtract 3 minus epsilon, so there will be no allocation. Now let's determine ui and vj here. Let's determine for this table. So u2 0, so again before 0, this is 6, this is 4, this is 6, so it will be minus 3. Okay, this is 6, so this is minus 2, this is minus 2, so here it will be 5, and this is what, minus 1. Now let's find out delta ij. This is 1 minus 6, so minus 6, this is 5 minus 3, so 2 minus 8 will be minus 6, this is minus 3, here it will be minus 1, here 3 minus 5, so minus 2, here it is minus 3, here minus 1, it will be minus 6, this is minus 2. Now all delta ij's are less than 0, so this is an optimal solution. Here, as all delta ij are strictly less than 0 implies current solution is optimal solution, and it is x12 is 5, x21 is 5, x22 is 3 minus epsilon, x24 is 2 plus epsilon, x33 is 7, x42 is epsilon, x43 is 3. Okay, and the optimality cost is, therefore optimal cost equal to, this is 5 into 3 plus 5 into 4 plus 6 into 3 minus epsilon plus 0 into 2 plus epsilon plus 7 into 4 plus 4 into epsilon plus 3 into 3. So it will be, this is 15 plus 20 plus this is 18 minus 6 epsilon this is 15, 20, this is 18 minus 6 epsilon plus this is 0 plus 28 plus 4 epsilon plus 9. So this is how much? This minus 6 epsilon, 4 epsilon, so it will be minus 2 epsilon. this is 35, 35 and this is 27. So it is 90 minus 2 epsilon, so it is near about rupees 90, as epsilon tends to what? 0. So our optimality cost is what? Rupees 90 here. Sometime if it depends on our choices, from where we have been choiced the row penalties, according to that sometimes this problem is get increased, but not always. Now in next video we will see the problem on transportation problem to solve the type of maximization type of problem. It will be most probably it is used for solving minimization type of problem, but sometime it will gives us the maximum profit also.